Most birds fly a maximum of 20 to 30 kilometers per day. But this bird, 120 kilometers. Every single day. Scientists tracked him with GPS and couldn't believe what they saw. But the craziest part isn't the distance. It's the reason why he flies. This man saved his life. But what the bird did next left even experts speechless. In a small village in Germany lived Thomas, a 52-year-old farmer. His life was quiet, predictable. Until that spring morning when he found an injured swan by the riverbank. The bird couldn't fly. His wing was broken, probably attacked by a predator. Thomas knew, without help, this swan would die. Thomas carefully took the swan home. He built him a makeshift nest in his barn and cared for him day after day. Every morning he changed the bandages. Every evening he fed him fresh fish. The swan, whom Thomas named Apollo, seemed to understand that this man wanted to help him. After 6 weeks, the wing had healed. Apollo could fly again. Thomas brought him back to the river. He opened his arms, and Apollo flew away. The farmer thought he would never see him again, but he had no idea what would happen next. 3 weeks later, Thomas was standing in his garden when he heard a familiar sound, a loud flapping of wings. Apollo landed right in front of him. Thomas was overwhelmed. But even more amazing, Apollo came back the next day, and the day after, and the day after that. Every single day. The neighbors noticed it. "Your swan is back again," they said, laughing. But Thomas knew this was no longer a coincidence. An ornithologist from the city heard about the story. He was fascinated and offered to equip Apollo with a GPS tracker. What they discovered shocked everyone. Apollo lived at a lake 120 kilometers away. Every morning at 6 a.m., he took off. 2 hours later, he landed at Thomas's place. He stayed for an hour, then flew back. 240 kilometers every day. "This is impossible," the scientists said. "Swans normally only fly such distances during migration, but daily? We've never seen this before." Why did Apollo do this? The ornithologist had a theory. Swans are extremely loyal. They mate for life. And when they form a deep bond, they never break it. Apollo had no partner, but he had Thomas. The man who saved his life had become his family. And so Apollo flew 120 kilometers every day, just to be with him. Today, 3 years later, Apollo still comes. Thomas has stopped counting how many times. "He's not just a bird," Thomas says with tears in his eyes. "He's my friend." Scientists continue to document Apollo's flights. It is the longest documented case of loyalty between human and wild bird. If this story touched you, leave a like, and definitely check out this video where I show you an even more incredible story about a dog who waited 10 years for his owner. Until next time.